Yes, people, welcome back to Sick FC, and this is the big video before the World Cup, the prediction video. Now, this is where I'm going to make myself look a bit of an idiot. Obviously, there are more teams in this World Cup than there's ever been. There are more groups, there are more games, there's probably going to be more goals. Third place teams are going through, 8 of them to be exact. So, there's a lot of teams to choose from, a lot of groups to get through. So, I think we should just get into it quickly to start. Now, Mexico are the host nation, and I do think they're going to top the group. I do think they're going to do well in this group. And then after this, we've got Korea Republic, South Africa, and Czech Republic. I think Czech Republic will come second in this group, with Korea third and South Africa fourth. Next, we've got the other hosts, Canada, in a group with Qatar, Switzerland, Bosnia. Switzerland usually kill it in the group, so I'm thinking Switzerland will probably top this group. Canada second. I think the host advantage might just pull them through. Although I do think Bosnia could be second in this group. I do think it's quite close between those two teams. And then we move on to Group C. Now, Group C is probably the most interesting group we've come across so far. Obviously, Brazil and Morocco look like the two favourites to go through this group. I mean, Brazil, World Cup champions 5 times. Morocco, again, African Cup of Nations champions, depending on who you ask. Scotland qualified for their first World Cup in ages. I can't even remember. I don't even think I've seen Scotland in the World Cup. I probably have, but probably kill me in the comments for that. But yeah, Scotland, definitely. Yeah, I think Brazil first, although I do think it is close between Brazil and Morocco. Morocco just about second, and then Scotland's beat Haiti. But Brazil and Morocco play each other first in this group, and Scotland have Haiti. If Scotland were to beat Haiti and Brazil and Morocco were to draw, then Scotland would really only need like a point to go through in the automatic top 2. So it is to play for, with Brazil and Morocco playing first, but I think Brazil will top that group. Shout out Matty Cunha and Casemiro and Ederson. They're going to be my boys. I'm going to be back in Brazil this World Cup still. Group D, USA, Turkey, and Paraguay. So for me, I think Turkey will top this group. They've got some really good players. They've got Arda Güler, Kalanoglu, Aktakoglu, Soyuncu at centre back actually used to play for Leicester. He's terrible, but it just came to my mind. Who else? Why was he left on one? Keenan Yildiz, that's his name. I can't remember him there for a sec. But yeah, I think Turkey definitely top this group. And then I think it's probably America again. I think the home advantage will help them. Although if they don't win that first game, the fans could get onto them. You never know with the home nation. Sometimes the pressure can really make teams crumble. And then I have Paraguay third and Australia fourth. I don't think Australia are very good. Group E. So another team I had in my keep an eye, Ecuador. I said Ecuador do pretty well. Now, do I think Ecuador will finish above Germany? Germany have got an interesting side. They've got Julian Nagelsmann as manager. They've got Kai Havertz up front, Florian Wirtz, who struggled in the Premier League this season. But they do have a lot of general quality. Now, Ecuador, as much as I do think they will do well in this World Cup, I don't know if they've got the goals in their side to top this group. Ivory Coast have a lot of good attacking players. They've got a lot of experience as well. So I think it will be Germany 1, Ecuador 2, Ivory Coast will go through as a best third place team. Now, I think they'll score a lot of goals, but I think they might lose games. And I think Ecuador will probably manage to shut them out, which is why I think I've got Ecuador above Ivory Coast. The next we've got in Group F is Japan. So now I've got Dutch heritage in my family, by the way. So Holland are a team that I always look out for in the World Cup. Holland and the Netherlands. But I really hate Ronald Koeman as a manager. I really hate him. I really, really hate him. So I like the Japan squad. I like their midfield a lot. I think they've got a good striker up front. So I'm going to have Japan top in this group, and that's going to be a bit of a shock to some people. But I think Japan can beat the Netherlands. And then I've got Netherlands second, with Sweden in third and Tunisia going out. On to Group G. So, Belgium, who've got a couple of stars where it's going to be like their last dance. We're talking Thibaut Courtois, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku. This is quite an easy group though for Belgium. I can't see New Zealand causing them any problems. You've got Mo Salah and Omar Mamouche's Egypt, but I think Belgium will comfortably top this group. Egypt second, yeah, Iran third, and New Zealand fourth. So that'd be how I would have this group. Next is another group that I think is quite easy to call. Spain, who beat England in the final of the Euros. Uruguay second. And then it's Saudi Arabia third with Cape Verde in their first ever World Cup, coming fourth and going out. I think Spain will be one to watch in this tournament. They might be a team that really could go and win it, because they've always got that thing of their players just seem to gel so well with each other. Every time they've got a national team, it's... Apologies there for the interruption. I ran out of storage, so I had to just sort that out real quick. Where were we? I was in Group I. It's absolutely mental, by the way, that we're in the World Cup year where we've got Group I, J, K and L. What is going on? What is going on? But yeah, this is the group of death. Now, this has got 3 teams in it that could all top the group, and 3 teams that are all dangerous for any team to be coming up against. You've got France. Need I say more? These guys have got the best attack. Oh my gosh, their squad is absolutely stacked. The only thing with France is that maybe they could have too many good players and not be able to put it together. But with the last few tournaments, we've seen that France have been a dangerous team. So a lot of people's favourites, France. Then you've got Norway, where you've got Erling Haaland, and you've got Martin Odegaard and Oscar Bob and Anthony Nusa and all these players in this team that can really put teams away, man. Like, when you got Haaland, Nusa up front and you got Odegaard in behind supplying them, that is dangerous in international football, man. That is dangerous. Keep an eye out for Nusa as well, because he's a really good player to watch. And then Senegal, again, AFCON champions, depending on who you ask. Senegal could go really far. They've got a really experienced squad. Sadio Mane still kicking about as well. But Senegal, another one to watch. But I think it'll be France topping this group. Senegal coming second, because I think they'll deal with the climate better than Norway will. Norway third, just because Haaland's goals will make them a best third place team. And Iraq fourth, unfortunately, for Zidane Iqbal, who I hope does well in this tournament. Group J, Argentina will top this group. Very simple. And then I believe Austria have got a good side under Ralph Rangnick and have been playing pretty well since he started there. And then I'd have Algeria to come above Jordan, who are making a debut in the tournament. On to Group K, Colombia, Portugal, Uzbekistan and DR Congo. Now, if England don't win this tournament, I mean, Portugal would be the team I want to win it. I need Bruno to get that big major trophy so I can put him in some ridiculous arguments. We need Ronaldo to get his World Cup. And I think I'd like to see Portugal do well. So Portugal top of the group for me. And then this group's interesting because I think DR Congo have actually got some really interesting players. They've got Yohan Wissa, Wan-Bissaka, Axel Tuanzebe. I think they could do better than people think they will. So I'd say still Colombia second, DR Congo to go through as the best third place team. And then finally Group L, England's group. Now, Croatia are a bit of a strange side, and England seem to really struggle against Croatia, but I think we'll absolutely smash Ghana and Panama. So, sorry to my Ghanaians, by the way, you know who you are. Yeah, man, I think England will top the group because I think they'll get the best results against Ghana and Panama. Croatia to come second, Ghana to come third, and Panama to come last. Oh, I have to click fourth in all of these. Oh, definitely. Let's just confirm all that. And we will create this knockout bracket. So, the knockout brackets. The first knockout we would have Mexico versus Korea. Oh, that's going to be Mexico with the host nation's advantage. And then we're looking at Canada, Morocco. Now, that would be the first host nation bowing out of this World Cup because I think Morocco could win that quite comfortably. On to Switzerland, Sweden. Now, that's quite an even game, but I do think Switzerland seems to step up at World Cups. Sweden have got Victor Gyökeres. Got a couple of good players, but I don't know. I just fancy Switzerland in this one, to be honest. And then Brazil versus Czech Republic. I think, again, Brazil have got too much firepower. You're looking at Vinicius Jr., Cunha, Rafinha. They've got Casemiro, who's good for a goal from a set piece. They've got Bruno Guimaraes. They've got Gabriel, who's good for a goal from a set piece. So I think Brazil will have a big impact in this World Cup, and they always do. You know, nation for football, man, nation for football. But Brazil to go through there. Turkey versus Iran. I think that's pretty comfortably Turkey. Again, they've got some really good attacking players. Ecuador versus Holland. Oh, this is an interesting one because I can see Holland getting closed out. If they came up against Ecuador, I think Ecuador would defend pretty well, and I can see them frustrating the Dutch. So I think I'm going to go Ecuador here. Sticking to my keep an eye theme. Germany, Algeria. I think Germany would be too strong for Algeria. I'm not going to lie, though, and sit here and act like I know a lot about Algerian football, because I don't. And then Japan versus USA. Well, that is an interesting game for many reasons that we might not go into here. Japan, and that would be two of the host nations gone by the round of 16. So, on to the round of 16, Mexico versus Morocco, and I think that would see the end of all of the host nations. Morocco would go through that one, and then it would be Brazil to face them, because I think Brazil will beat Switzerland. Turkey, Ecuador, two of the teams I'm keeping an eye on. Ooh. See, now, like I did say in the video, that they're kind of the opposites of each other as well, because Turkey have got their quality in forward positions, and Ecuador's quality is in defensive positions. You know, I can see Ecuador doing really well. So I'll pick Ecuador. And then Germany versus Japan. Could Japan upset Germany? I think they could. So, Ecuador, Japan. Now, it might seem a bit crazy, by the way, to pick Japan over Germany, but I don't know. I really don't fancy the German squad. I mean, they could all turn up and prove me wrong, but I mean, Musiala's not coming off his best season. Florian Wirtz isn't coming off his best season. They've got a 41-year-old Manuel Neuer in net who's made a few mistakes in the Champions League. They don't really fill me with confidence. I do think Julian Nagelsmann's a good manager, though, so maybe he could carry them in this tournament. But I don't know. I've got a good feeling about Japan. I mean, this could be one of those very simple ones where everybody thinks that Japan are going to do well and they absolutely don't turn up. But this is what the predictions are for, I suppose. When we come back and look at them, we'll see how stupid they were. Morocco versus Brazil. Oh, that'd be a really good game. Do you know what? I think Brazil are going to do really well. I think the temperature, I think it's been a long time since they've done well. I think a lot of people are underrating their squad. Like I said, they've got Gabriel and Marquinhos at centre-back. You've got Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, midfield pivot, with the attacking options that you could... I mean, they've got Neymar to come in as well. So there's a storyline if you ever need it. I mean, I think Brazil are going to go far. And I think Morocco do well. Quarterfinals, good, fair tournament for Morocco. But I think Brazil win out in this one. And then Ecuador and Japan. Again, two of my teams to watch. Now, this side of the draw, for me, is kind of giving me all of my teams that I said I was going to surprise people. And he's put them all together. So, Ecuador versus Japan. I mean, I don't know why, but I feel like Japan could beat Germany and lose to Ecuador. I think Ecuador are just that type of team where if they could shut people out, they could literally go through on a goal from a corner or going through on penalties. Look, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting that sense. And then Brazil versus Ecuador, I think that will be Brazil. So on this side of the bracket, we have our finalists. But who is going to face Brazil in the final? We've got Belgium, Norway. That's a tough game to call because Belgium have got a lot of good experienced players, but Norway have got a lot of good young players. I think that Erling Haaland would show up, and I think this would be Norway. Uruguay, Senegal. Again, another tough game to call. Two really solid international sides. But I think Senegal would just have a little bit too much firepower to be beaten by Uruguay. So Senegal. Spain, DR Congo. I do like some of DR Congo's players, but this is an easy win for Spain. France, Egypt. Again, we've got Omar Marmoush, Mo Salah at Egypt, but this is an easy France win, I think we all know. Argentina, Ivory Coast. I think that could be a really good game. That'd be a game I'd love to watch. But I think that's going to be Argentina. Colombia, Croatia. That screams Croatia 1-0 win to me. Portugal, Scotland. That screams Portugal 5-0 win. But I think the Scottish should be happy to get out of the group. I mean, I know it's only a 3-team group, but you got to be happy to get out of the group if you haven't even been in the World Cup recently. You know what I mean? Sorry, my Scottish peoples. And then England, Austria. That's going to be England. So then we move on. England, Portugal. Oh, Rooney and Ronaldo. The wink. Who remembers England, Portugal? I don't know. I don't know why I've started from the bottom, but I'm going to. So you're just going to have to deal with it. Ooh. England, Portugal. I don't know. I'm looking at that. These are some really hard round of 16 games to call, by the way. I'm going to have to go with my boy Bruno. Can't lie. Be Portugal. Argentina, Croatia. I think that's going to be Messi versus Ronaldo in the quarterfinals. How about that? That would be absolutely something, wouldn't it? I think Twitter would explode, man. Messi and Ronaldo quarterfinals. Spain, France. Oh, that should be the final, really. Oh, my gosh. Mbappe to carry France through. I mean, I'm not confident, but how could you be? And then Norway, Senegal, because the climate. That's my reasoning. Argentina, Portugal. Who's winning, Messi or Ronaldo? Well, Messi won his last World Cup. He's not as hungry, and I told you I'm backing my boy Bruno, so we're going Portugal. Then we've got Senegal, France. Famous game in World Cup history when Senegal knocked out France. Not knocked out France, beat them, sorry, but did they knock them out? I can't remember now. See, I need to check my facts. But yeah, Senegal, France. Yeah, Mbappe. It's gonna be France or Portugal to face Brazil in the final. I really want to go Portugal just because I want Bruno to do well, but I've just got a feeling that if apologies there, but I've just got a feeling that if Ronaldo is starting 90 minutes in every game, that could become a problem when they come up against the big sides. I think they'd probably beat England because their midfield is so good. I just think that they could beat England. I do think England got a good midfield. It'll be a really good game, but yeah, Portugal. I fancy them. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling that Bruno's going to turn up. That whole storyline with Ronaldo and it being his last World Cup, I think that's going to be a big storyline throughout the tournament. And then we get to the semi-final on the other side. So France, Portugal. This is where, unfortunately, I think Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, and everybody else gets their heart broken because this is where France knocked them out. Mbappe always turns up at the World Cup. The France squad is just simply ridiculous. And then we've got Brazil, France, another legendary final of the past. However, it's really hard to look past France, isn't it? I mean, their squad's just so complete. And I mean, how can you ignore their attacking options? I think that's it. France. So that's been my predictor for this World Cup tournament. Obviously, with the way the third place playoff works and everything like that, it's probably going to be different at the end of the tournament. I'll probably come back and react to my group stage predictions at the end of the group stage. But yeah, Get in the comments and let me know, who do you think's going to win the tournament? Who do you think's going to win the Golden Boot? Who do you think's going to be the player of the tournament? And who do you think's going to be the flop of the tournament? So yeah, those are my World Cup predictions. A little bit later on today, the World Cup kicks off. It's Mexico against South Africa. Who do you think's going to win the first game? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, share, hype, all of that good shit. Comment as well. I've been Sick FC, aka Sick Boy Joseph, aka whatever you want to call me. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Black boys made the wave, these boys don't make a splash. Greedy with a ball, I ain't passing that. Bitch, I'm greedy with the